prepared a little speech, and one of Mum's friends come and wants to get up and have a chat as well. So can I have you here just for 10 minutes? That'd be great. I wrote it down because it's a fair bit. So I just wanted to thank you all for coming together today to celebrate my beautiful mother Marlene, a daughter, sister, mother, grandmother, auntie and friend. Mum taught me so much by living her life with so much love and so much compassion. I've been very blessed. She was genuinely the most selfless, giving person I've ever met, and she loved with all of her family so much. Life brought us together and love kept us together. This is something we were always taught growing up, so there was no shortage of love in our house. Marlene would give all she had just to see the people she loved smile. I'd like to tell you a little story just about how unconditional she was and how much faith she had. My mum Marlene met her life partner, Laszlo, my dad, through a lifelong friend, and Mum was sitting in the middle of a room in the dark, and this weird guy jumped up on the balcony, and it was my dad.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah, the prowler. But yeah, after a slow start, Laszlo and Marlene fell in love. This was the start of my family. Mum's unconditional nature was on display from the very beginning. Much to her father's initial displeasure, Dad asked for Mum's hand in marriage. At this time, Laszlo had been diagnosed with a heart condition where he had a hole in his heart valve. At this time, there was no treatment, and he had been told he had between 6 months and 3 years to live. My mum Marlene, who loved with her whole heart unconditionally, said yes. And they started on their journey together as soulmates. The miracles of love and destiny started to unfold as one day at work at St Vincent's Hospital, Dad started to tell his story to a workmate, a little Chinese guy named Victor Chang. Victor was in his early 20s and told him he was in the process of developing a treatment for his specific condition, luckily. The bad news was it was in developmental stage, and the procedure only had a 10% chance of success. So with that 10%, they ran with hope, and the rest was history. 25 years of not taking one day for granted. Together they created a loving family. There were so many great times and some very dark times, but never did their love for each other waver. A true romance that lasted 30 years. Looking back at the hardest times, I can honestly say I never seen my parents say a bad word to each other. They were just grateful. They loved each other with all their hearts. We were so lucky to grow up in such a loving household. 21 years ago, Laszlo passed. I think a part of my mum also passed. We didn't know if she'd ever recover, and maybe she never really did. But when her grandkids came into the world, Mum's love started to shine through again. It was like an awakening. An awakening of the soul. And now the grandkids started to soak up her unconditional love. Marlene started to live and love again, and her grandchildren, and for her grandchildren and her children. I was so lucky. My mum taught me so many lessons about life, love and the universe. She taught me to love every day, to never judge people, to always be compassionate, and to trust in the universe. I'm still working on these things, but for that I am so thankful and proud to be her son. I celebrate your life, Mum. I already miss you so deeply. Marlene, the moon dancer, you are the perfect example. Thank you.